As the festival of Durga Puja draws nearer, Bangladesh's Hindu community is under threat once again in Bangladesh. This time, a radical Islamist group reportedly is calling for Durga Puja to not be celebrated in public in a part of Bangladesh's capital Dhaka, raising fears that Durga Puja, especially a festival which is considered significant for a lot of people, is in further jeopardy. A direct assault on religious freedom, all while the Bangladeshi interim government seems to be a passive observer. As per reports, this group, the Insaf Kimkari Chhatra Janta, staged a protest against the celebration of Durga Puja in Dhaka's Sector 13 area. They reportedly demanded that Hindus abandon the festival, going so far as to issue threats if idol worship or immersion ceremonies continue. They marched through the streets holding placards that allegedly had an anti-Hindu rhetoric, such as no worship to idols, no idol immersion. These slogans were coupled with a 16-point list of demands, reportedly aimed at suppressing Hindu traditions. The radical group claimed that the immersion of idols pollutes water and that government resources should not be used to support such religious activities. That's not all. They said that Durga Puja should not be recognized as a national holiday, as Hindus form just 2% of the population. They framed it as an affront to the Muslim majority, insisting that Muslims should not support or even tolerate such un-Islamic celebrations. Let's just take a pause here and get the facts right. Hindus may be a minority, but they form nearly 8% of Bangladesh's population. That's 13 million people we are talking about. The demands made by this particular group taking a further sinister turn. They don't just want to curtail Durga Puja celebrations. They reportedly also want to eliminate Hindu temples, claiming that they occupy special lands in Bangladesh. And they also call for anti-India banners and slogans to be placed in temples as a testament for Hindus to prove their loyalty towards Bangladesh and their anti-India stance. And let's not forget, these developments come in the backdrop of reports of increasing vandalism of temples and the destruction of idols in Bangladesh. Just to make matters worse, the interim government of Bangladesh, under the leadership of Muhammad Yunus, has done very little to protect the Hindu minority. In fact, Yunus's government has only made suggestions that experts believe could further erode religious freedom. The government, remember, called for a pause in Durga Puja festivities during Muslim prayer times, specifically demanding that no music be played during the azan and namaz. This may sound like a simple request for mutual respect, but it comes at the expense of a religious community under increasing threat. Reports from Bangladesh's Khulna and other parts revealing that Hindus are being extorted for the right to celebrate Durga Puja. In some cases, community members are reportedly being forced to pay as much as 5 lakh Bangladeshi taka to carry out Durga Puja celebrations, and failing to do so will lead to dire consequences as per reports. The reports also say that many organizers have already called off the celebrations, while some have also approached the police. Despite repeated assurances from Muhammad Yunus, the attacks on Hindu life and property continue to rise, especially after the ouster of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The fall of Hasina's government and the rise of the interim administration under Yunus seem to have left Hindus and other minorities even more vulnerable. Ever since Hasina's departure, reports of violence against Hindus have been reported from at least 75% of Bangladesh's districts. So the question now is, if these attacks are left unchecked, it won't be just the festival that is in danger, but it seems the very existence of that community and other minority communities in Bangladesh. Meanwhile, a statement by Muhammad Yunus in the US is gaining a lot of attention. As per reports on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York, Yunus delivered a keynote address at an event of Clinton Global Initiative, which was in fact attended by Yunus's friend for over 40 years, former US President Bill Clinton. And during that speech, several statements by Yunus raised eyebrows. What are we talking about? Yunus is seen thanking Clinton and the US for their support. Listen in.
every single person in Bangladesh support this cause. And I'm very happy at the support in the people of the United States to make that happen. And the sky's the limit. They want to make this Bangladesh called New Bangladesh.
So why are these statements causing concern and raising eyebrows? You see, after Sheikh Hasina had to step down and fled the country, questions started doing the rounds on the reasons behind Hasina's ouster. Reports surfaced about a potential US involvement that caused this to happen. An allegation that the US, by the way, has always distanced itself from. Whether Yunus's statement holds true or not, we do not know, but it certainly does raise questions about America's involvement. Whether the interim government sheds more light on this or takes action against curbing the growing radicalization and anti-Hindu sentiment remains to be seen. One thing is clear, though, it's time for Bangladesh to address its immediate past and present is running out. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.